In this video, I'm going to show you how you can process real-time data using Microsoft Fabric Eventstreams. With Eventstreams, you can set up multiple data sources, you can transform your data, and you can send it to different destinations. And the best part is, it's all really visual. It's like this drag and drop experience, and it's just designed to make processing real-time data really simple. And for the ones that are new to these videos, I'm creating these videos together with Reitzer. He has a really nice blog where he writes articles. So if you prefer reading these things and seeing some really good screenshots and descriptions, make sure to have a look at his blog. So let's take a closer look, and I will show you first an event stream I've already created, and then I will show you step by step how you could create an event stream yourself. So here we are in my Fabric environment, and I'm going to real-time intelligence, and I have already a workspace where I have all my real-time intelligence things going on. And I already have this stream, bike stream, which is demo data from Microsoft. And when I open it, you can see I have like my stream, it's active. I could also deactivate it here. I have some transformations done. I use the managed fields and I send it to one destination. I just chose one destination. It could be multiple. It could also be multiple data sources. And of course, there could be multiple data transformations here. The nice thing is you already see the data. I see the data in my event stream and I see how the transformed data looks like. Now, how can you create this yourself? Step by step. If you click on real-time intelligence, you get here, and if I go to recommended items to create, I already see an event stream here. You could also do that directly from your workspace, like I show you the workspace that I showed you before. If I would click on new item, I could also choose the event stream, which is here. And then when we click on event stream, it gives us this question like, how do you want to call it? And we will call it tutorial, and I create it. And then we see this here, where we actually already get asked, because that's where you start, you choose a source of your data, which source do you want to add? And here you see the three options. You could also see them here at the top. You can use external sources, sample data, which is great if you just got started and you have no data available yourself yet, or use a custom endpoint. And when you click on external sources, you see first the recommended sources. You can also click on view all, and then you get like the whole list. In our example, I'm going to use sample data. You have 3 sample sets at the moment: bicycles, yellow taxi, and stock markets. For this demo, it doesn't matter which one we choose. So I choose bicycles, and now we need to give it a name. And I call it streaming tutorial. And once I've clicked that, you see we go back to our begin screen, but now we actually have some data here. We have our streaming data here. If you click on this, we already can see the data in it, which is really nice. So you can actually think about how you want to transform it, because the next step is transforming. And if we now look at the top, first we only saw add sources. Now we also see transform events and add destinations. So we could click here, transform events, and choose a way to transform it. We can do several operations like aggregation, expanding, filter, group by join, union. And you also have managed fields, and I will focus here on managed fields because the others, I think they're quite self-explanatory. Managed fields is really handy. If you click on edit, you can say which fields you actually want to bring to the destination. So I could say first add all fields, and then we get all the fields we had. But for example, maybe I don't want longitude and latitude, so I could remove them. Maybe I want to add a field, and then you get these 4 options like import schema, built-in date-time function, built-in string function, built-in mathematical function. So we could get the system timestamp, for example, and then it is added. What you also could do is you could change the type. So if I click on number of bikes, we see this is a number at the moment. We could say I want to change the type. So currently it's int 64, and now you could say I want this to be, for example, string. You can do all the transformations you like here, and then you could say save. And now it shows me this error, and the error actually says this operation is missing an output to work, which is true. We have the source, it's sending in the data, we are doing some transformation using managed fields in this case, and now it's missing a destination. And if I click here on Add Destination, you see I have again several options like a custom endpoint, lakehouse, event house stream activator, and I choose an event house. And here we can give it a name, we choose a workspace and which event house and KQL database you want to save it to. You get a KQL database every time you create an event house. So if you don't have that yet, just go back, create an event house, and you get the KQL database there. And then also which table you want to send it. I actually have one table, bikes, but I could create a new one, let's say tutorial, so it's easier to find for me, and the input data format. And then we would say save. And now we have an error because it's missing an input, so we still have to create the input. Going back, now we see they're all green, and I told you at the beginning, if we click here on our input, we see the data. If we now click on our output here, we also see the data. If you don't see data, make sure to click refresh here, where you also see our timestamp that we've added. So you actually already see what's going on. And then you can just simply say publish. Oh, and if you wonder, how does this fit in the bigger picture? Because in my workspace, you also could see I, in the end, have a real-time dashboard. I created a video about implementing a Fabric real-time solution. So make sure to have a look into that if you want to know how you can get from this demo data to actually real-time dashboard. I hope this helps. Let me know. Make sure to also read Reiz's article. Like I said, I will put the link in the description.